Just
And then they switched it on him. And he's like, I need a house. The hell, like that's lame. They duped him, but he was so great in this.
But yeah, you got it. I mean, all the actors I thought Will Patton was great.
Peter Stormare.
What's that?
Isn't it Peter Stormare? Didn't he play the Russian guy?
Stormare was great. Like he was awesome. The highlight of the movie for me. And I mean, I remember liking it the first time, but I didn't know who he was the first time I saw it. Now I've seen him in a bunch of other stuff. I thought he was fantastic.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, I love when
Owen Wilson
working was like when he was pounding on the engine piece or whatever to get the thrusters to move. He's like just smashing the thruster thing, saying.
And it was because it was because the girl couldn't do it. That was the only part that kind of upset me. I was like, now come on, that's a bit sexist. Like the girl was down there like doing a science thing, and then he comes over and is like, in Russia we do it like this, and he just hit the machine with a stick and it turned on. Like,
well, Michael Bay movies do have a good dose of sexism. So
no. Say it ain't so, Zach.
I know. I hate, but we're all about facts here on this podcast.
All I know is it felt like a world of evolution from all the 80s movies that we were watching, where everybody was just naked, and getting thrown around.
Sure.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But I will say, as much as Michael Bay is known for just a bunch of nonsense action stuff, talking about setup for the film and everything, like it does start off with like a believable sort of action introduction, like the asteroid isn't here yet, but there's all this sort of space dust, blowing stuff up and attacking people. And it's like, compared to Deep Impact, it's like, okay, there's stuff going on.
Yeah,
so
5 minutes in, cars were blowing up, people were getting hit by asteroids. It was awesome. And did you guys notice that like the asteroid in Deep Impact had no personality whatsoever? It was just it was
like a glowing light.
It was just a glowing rock, had no personality. But the asteroid in Armageddon was evil. It growled at people. It had its own voice. It was that part I had forgotten about, but it actually has its own voice and its own soundscape. So when they land and it growls, the rock growled. I mean, that's like a villain, a way to make an inanimate object a villain, because basically that's what they had to do. There was no bad guy. The bad guy was the rock. So they made it growl and they made it spiky and like, it was, so that part of it was really cool. Whereas the rock in Deep Impact,
it was almost, we actually said it was like kind of ethereal. Like it was this beautiful glowing blue,
very pretty,
like fairy kind of beautiful, soft, like light kind of thing. Yeah.
They're on and off in like 10 minutes. They don't spend that much. They're off at the end of the film. And then we're like, it's got another hour and 15 minutes left.